Remember, there are no rules in cooking. Taste this. Hi, welcome to Taste This TV. I'm Chef Joe Ciminera. We have an incredible show for you here today. We're doing like a basket barbecue show that involves some sandwiches, some wraps, stuff that you would need maybe to just kind of take with you to a destination, right? So we got a couple of things going on here. And usually when I make a sandwich, I don't really plan on making a sandwich. I just grab a bunch of things that I have in the refrigerator, some nice fresh bread, some wraps, and incredible wrapping paper, like this is from It's a Wrap. And I start to make my sandwiches, and I condense them and put them all in here like that. So to get started, what we're going to do is just first talk a little bit about the ingredients we have here, and talk about some of the other companies that we're going to be using. First of all, we're using a company called It's a Wrap. Now, they've made this incredible wrapping paper, and when you're making a sandwich, it's very important to take a quality wrapping paper that's not going to rip easy, that's going to hold a sandwich well, because I'm going to show you that the secret of taking a wrapped sandwich, or I'm going to call it like the deli classic wrap, is the quality of the paper. Now, they've done a fine job with the printing on this as well, especially putting my name on there. I'm quite honored. But they don't just stop at doing stuff for like Foody TV or for myself. They have many other different designs that they do as well. This is a nice butcher wrap that they do on this style. So they really got you covered when it comes to taking your food on the go. And then we can't forget La Morena. And La Morena is actually going to be great for a couple of things. We're using their refried beans as sort of like a dipping ingredient to these incredible sandwiches as well. The good news about La Morena is you just take it right out of the can. Put it in there and heat it up. I mean, it is done. It's like authentic Mexico in a can. And of course, as you know, like a mayonnaise or something like that, we're going to use their chipotle sauce with a little bit of creme fraiche. So let's get started kind of mixing and matching flavors, if you will. So we're going to take a little bit of creme fraiche. Now, without like telling you what creme fraiche is or the method of making it, because believe me, I spent a lot of late nights in the kitchen making creme fraiche with some yogurt, some cultures, in a pilot lit oven overnight. Those kinds of days I don't want to remember again. You know, life has gotten so simple in the last 20 years with food preparation and food manufacturing. Now you can get some of the best secret sauces in the kitchen from chefs available at the grocery store. Now we're going to take a little bit of this chipotle sauce by La Morena, and it's the sauce itself. I'm just going to peel a little bit back here. And we just need a little dollop. And we're going to mix that in with the creme fraiche. And I did think that this was too runny, and I have some more creme fraiche here. And you know, a good chef never travels without his creme fraiche. All right, so now you see it's a lot thicker. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for like a mayonnaise sort of consistency. We're going to leave that off to the side here, right? So already we smell that chipotle sauce. Now we're just going to kind of just mix things up. All right, let's start with a wrap. I always like to start off with a wrap. Now, this is a flour tortilla wrap. You could bend it, you could fold it. If you feel like the wrap breaks, you could just put it on a fire. That releases some of the fats inside there and makes it flexible and pliable. All right, it's going down. What do we do? Some ham first? All right, so let's take a little bit of chipotle sauce. We don't want too much, right? Because we don't want it to ooze all over the place when we bite it out. And we have some Monterey Jack cheese here, which will go great with what we're doing. And I'm thinking maybe that we have a little bit of onions as well. And this is what creating a sandwich is. You know, even some of the best sandwich shops where you can actually look over the counter. I remember years back, E.T.'s probably had the best sandwich concept I've ever seen, where you could look and have, you know, 20 different spreads, all your greens, all your cheeses and stuff like that. So we have some of our red onions here. And we can't forget a little bit of our garlic. I'm just going to take some of the garlic oil and just put that on there. Because you got to look at it this way. We got some smoked ham that I did in my smoker in the backyard there. And, you know, this can sort of be on the drier side when you're doing a sandwich. Now we're going to fold it. So we have everything in here? Yeah, I think we're good with everything. Maybe I'm going to put a little bit of green in there. And if you ever thought that parsley couldn't replace lettuce, you're definitely not from this planet, because not only can it add to the flavor and the color contrast, but it really looked great. And maybe we want to take a little bit of our romaine lettuce to give it some body when we're folding it. And we're just going to fold our wrap. I like to sort of pull it back, tuck it in, and then that's it. Now, what I like to do is now take this incredible It's a Wrap paper. This is how they do it in these catering facilities and everything else. And you're going to roll your wrap, and then just with your finger, push down like that. Like, even if you can go into New York City, you see like these sandwiches and the sandwich case, and you're like, oh wow, that looks great. This is how they do it. Take your finger, push it down. There you go. Now your wrap is in place. And you talk about taking it to go and stuff like that, right? But you also want to see what's in the wrap, right? How do we know what's in the wrap? Well, you take a very sharp knife, you cut it and you open it, and then you got an incredible looking wrap. And this is what I'm talking about when you can create. Now this is easy to grab and take with you. You know what we do is we leave it at the end of that. I mean, we can do this all day long, right? So let's take a hero. Let's open it up. Oh, we got some steak in front of us, right? Some flank steak. So now we're going to take a little bit of sweet relish. We're definitely going to take some gorgonzola cheese. I'm going to take some of my La Morena Chipotle mayo. And we're going to take a little bit of cucumbers. I want to balance out a little bit of that heat. And cucumbers are great. Definitely going to take some of our parsley. And tomato. Can't forget, these are heirloom tomatoes. Beautiful and seasoned, ready to go. And now our beef. And you know, the whole thing about a sandwich is really compressing it, compacting. Why don't we put a little garlic oil on this too? Looking good. That, my friends, is a sandwich. We fold that baby up, right? Go and take It's a Wrap paper again. And you know, don't forget, you could put this in a panini press, you could put it in the oven. I mean, you know, there is a million and one things to do with sandwiches. Same thing. Just put it down like this. And this keeps the sandwich fresh. It preserves it. I'm only cutting it open because what my plan would be after I cut everything open is just tie it with cellophane wrap. But, you know, for the purposes of just strictly presentation at this point, this is what you got. You know, another great sandwich to do with something like this is a broccoli rabe. Broccoli rabe, sausages, and red pepper. Those colors really come through. Hey, let's take a roll. Maybe we want to do a combination of ham. Some steak. This is flank steak, by the way. Great cut of beef, mid-rare as you can see. And we're going to take some sauerkraut. Slice of tomato to keep them honest. Take some of our grape. And the concept is the same. Now with the rolls, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to kind of take the sandwich up like this, and we're going to fold it. Because it's a little bit different with a roll. It's a lot of surface area to kind of roll it up around. Things can come out of it. Then we're going to put our roll like that. And the same way, we can cut the top. Again, a sharp knife. Turn it around. Now, is that a sandwich or is that a sandwich? That, in my opinion, is a heavy-duty sandwich. All right, now we're going to take a wrap. We're going to make another wrap. Now, we talked about using this incredible La Morena bean spread. Now, bean spreads are incredible for sandwiches, especially wraps, because it kind of keeps it closed. It keeps it tight. So what we're going to do is we're going to coat, and think of how many ways you can get creative with this. All right, so you have your refried beans. You have a little bit of your chipotle. I don't know, maybe you like it more spicier. That's cool. Take the can. No rules. No rules in cooking. I like ham for this one. Now, another really cool way of doing this could be like maybe a honey mustard glazed with the ham, brie cheese, and maybe some other bread. Let's talk about rustic bread where you're slicing, you know, half-thick slices and you're putting it in a panini press. I mean, God, it doesn't get any better than that. Some garlic. And then some greens. You know, when making a sandwich, even a grilled cheese sandwich, right? Grilled cheese sandwich. You make the grilled cheese sandwich, you open up the piece of bread, you got cheese falling all over the place. Wrap it up. Take it with you to go, right? Not going to eat it right away? Wrap it up. See, you talk about preserving food. That's a big thing these days. You know, how do you transport food from point A to point B, still maintaining the flavor, the freshness? If you're like me and you're like a germaphobe and you don't want flies all in your business and your food and bugs and everything else, then I'm wrapping everything up. I'm going right to the beach or whatever, I'm wrapping it up. I don't even trust putting it in a cooler unwrapped, personally. All right, so we got this other wrap that we're doing. We're going to fold it up. Now, whenever you fold a wrap, right, the meat was going this way, so we don't want to fold it. We want to take it this way. So always the longer part, which is the most space on each side of this end, we're going to fold up. We're going to take it. And don't worry about if you didn't get the most or the best fold whatsoever, even if there's a little bit of a rip. And that happened because it was cold. Like I said, if you take these wraps and you put it on like some sort of heat, there is fat in there, there's lard, there's shortening, whatever there is in there, it'll release it, become more flexible. Put it right on your wrap. It's a wrap, paper. Push it down. And we give it a slice. Look, it's that easy. I mean, we can do this all day long. And so now I think we're going to do one more roast beef roll here. And we're going to start to talk about making a drink with this. And we got some gorgonzola cheese that we're going to use. Going to go strictly garlic on this one. I mean, sandwiches are just huge as far as eating concepts, fast food in America. All right. And then last, we're going to add our rare roast beef. Now, if we still think that the sandwich looks a little dry for some reason, we could take some olive oil and we can drench, which is how I like it. You know, I'll tell you, I didn't do it on this show, but I've done it in other shows multiple times, is I take my sandwich and my wrap and I fry it in olive oil. Because, I mean, I want that, like, crispy outside texture and, you know, olive oil. You know, I had this sandwich one time with Julia Child called the pan bagna, and it is all just about oil. You know, you take a sandwich, you put it in a cast iron pan, it's usually olive oil, and I'm telling you, the grease is just all over the place. The most delicious thing, like a pastrami or a corned beef sandwich or something like that, cut with sauerkraut. Really interesting stuff. All right, so we put the lid on this one. Grab our It's a Wrap paper. And I wanted to just show you a roll again because it's a little bit unique on how we're going to... Remember, tight. You want everything tight. Because if it's not tight, it doesn't look like that when it's cut. Fold it over. You know, I bet there's going to be millions of people watching this show and saying, hey, I do that at my deli every morning. Yeah, if you walk into New York City, this is how all the delis do. This is like the trend. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, all day long with this stuff. You know, just keep going and creating. Now, we're going to get cleaned up here. I'm going to take the La Morena. We're going to put the refried beans in the center as a dip. We're going to make our Bender Boyz cappuccino, so don't go anywhere. Taste this. Now, with any good sandwich or a sandwich basket, picnic, or barbecue, you need a good drink. And that's when Bender Boyz comes in. Now, talk about a mixture completed in an envelope. All you have to do is snip it, add ice, liquor, and you're done. Bender Boyz has got you covered. But even if you don't want to add a liquor or you just want a fun drink like I'm going to prepare right now, this blend of iced cappuccino is a true winner. Now, traditionally, you're to add ice and then this mixture and blend it until nice and creamy and smooth. Maybe put a little whipped cream on it, drizzle a little bit of chocolate syrup. However, what I'm going to do with this cappuccino mix is I'm going to actually add it right into the mixture with the ice cream. Now you're going to have a creaminess consistency from the cream, from the dairy, but yet you're going to get the flavor of the cappuccino as well. So what I have in there are 3 scoops of vanilla ice cream, and what I'm going to do is add this iced cappuccino mix and blend it, so stay tuned. Alright, so this mixture is perfect, and what we're going to do is pour it into the glass. Now you could see that this has got a different texture as it would of ice if you just use ice. So the ice cream gives you the cold consistency you're looking for, but it also gives you a creamy consistency as well. So let's go over and recap what we have here. We got It's a Wrap. We used their incredible wrap, paper wrap, to secure our basket for our off-premise picnic. And then we used La Morena refried beans, which is going to be like a great dipping company sauce with it. We used some chips. We're using this incredible Crunchmaster multigrain chips as well. And we got Bender Boyz for a drink. So I'd say we're ready for a party, my friends, okay? Well, thank you for watching this fun-filled episode of Taste This TV. I'm your host, Chef Joe Ciminera. Remember, there are no rules in cooking. Taste this.